Hi, this is Scott Garibay, and today we're going to talk about American politics, and we're going to talk about we're going to continue to talk about the waking nightmare that is the Biden replacement debate. The Biden replacement battle. I believe we have a political battle on our hands right now. And right after the debate, there's no question, there was a huge political battle. People were like, we're 4 months out from the election. We don't have time to switch this candidate out. And then other Democrats were, this is why we're talking today. There's no longer a debate. There was never a debate on the Republican side. All Republicans were like, hey, that 81-year-old cannot listen to sentences, intellectually process those sentences, and then say sentences back that are in context to the original sentence. He's not qualified to order a pizza. He certainly isn't qualified to be president. And that's the issue. Is there was never any debate on the Republican side. Everybody was like, oh yeah, Joe Biden is completely unqualified to be president. And completely unqualified to be president. He's not qualified to be president now, let alone another 4 years. The idea that this 81-year-old is making any governing decisions today is ludicrous, in my humble opinion. And and there's the idea that he's going to be making governing decisions when he's 86 years old. The idea that he'll be alive when he's 86 years old, like it strains credulity. It strains credulity, right? So, but now that entire conversation has transferred to the Democrats. There are George Clooney, 9 different governors, Democrats, right? Like, are openly saying, no, man. Like, he clearly can't speak sentences reliably. He clearly can't speak sentences reliably, and there's no more debate that being able to speak sentences is a qualifier for being president. Good grief! I think it's a qualifier for any fast food job. This guy could not get hired in any American fast food restaurant because he cannot reliably listen to something, write it down, and then convey that message to anyone else. Right? Like he's not qualified to work in any American fast food restaurant. The idea that Joseph Biden is qualified to be president is ridiculously ludicrous, right, to anyone. And the debate made this clear to the entire world. There was nobody left. Everybody was like, oh yeah, no, he clearly can't speak sentences, right? Like this debate is over. He's clearly not qualified to be president, right? So here's what's interesting, right? So TLDR News Global, they just did a video, and it said, and it asked the question, it said, Biden hangs on. Is a Trump win inevitable? And I think the answer is yes, right? And so one, there may be some hope, right? And that is, if Biden hangs on, it's a guaranteed win for President Trump. And the reason why is President Trump has a base who loves him. Biden has a base who despises him. Palestine, 4 years of fail, and now legitimately Democrats who are like, I want somebody who could speak sentences. I want somebody who can speak sentences. I want a president who could speak sentences. And other people are like, hey, shut up. You're not allowed to have a president who could speak sentences. How outrageous of you to ask that. You're just a garbage person. You think you're an American who's like, who has inherited the rights given to him by the founding fathers? Shut up, you garbage human. You're not allowed to have a leader who can speak sentences. What are you, some privileged person? You think that you get to have leadership, a leader who can speak sentences reliably? Your privileged, outrageous requests are denied by the Democrat Party. And then other Democrats are like, this isn't an unreasonable request. I should be able to have a leader who I could ask a question to, and then that leader could answer my question in context to the words that I used in the sentence because they intellectually processed those words. It's not unreasonable. And other Democrats are like, shut up. You do not get a president who can listen to words and understand them and then respond with words that are actually in context to the question you asked. Your request is horrible and outrageous. And people are like, this ain't cool. Like, this is not cool, right? And so there's no possibility that this guy who is clearly not qualified to even take a pizza order, let alone be president, right, is not going to be able to rally any kind of a base, right? Nobody's going to be like, oh yeah, we want this. No one wants this. No one. And I can tell you right now, you go to rural Pennsylvania, you will see people who genuinely want Trump as president. There is absolutely no one who actually genuinely wants Biden as president. No one. So it's the Democrats saying, we are demanding you vote blue with no reason to vote blue. No reason. Just because the only reason is we told you to. You know, we're the Democrat Party. You're a horrible garbage human who deserves nothing. That's what that's what we're delivering you. Nothing. You get to work doing what we told you to do. Right? You just vote blue without any reason to do so. Right? And so I am starting to get a little excited that we are now going to escape the problem of the Joe Biden presidency. What is the problem of the Joe Biden presidency? It's one thing. Listen carefully. If you elect Joseph Biden, you say forever, Americans have already given up having a good leader. We did that decades ago. We did that probably with Bill Clinton. As the first time we were like, oh, this person's terrible. Like, you could tell this guy is, he's not a good person, right? And so we gave up decades ago voting for a good person. If we vote for Joseph Biden, we are forfeiting the right to know who is actually governing. Because everybody who watched that debate knows that absolutely no one is bringing any governing decisions to that incoherent man who cannot listen to a sentence, intellectually process it, and then respond with a sentence in context of the first sentence. No one believes that anymore. No one believes that he could possibly even understand the governing decisions that are being put out. No reasonable person is even pretending that Joseph Biden can even understand the governing decisions that are being put in front of him, which means that something else is governing us. And if we vote for President Biden, we say forever, the American people don't even have the right to know who they are voting for or what, in my humble opinion. Every single word you just heard is my humble opinion. The important part is when I get to hear your humble opinion, when you get in the comments and send your traffic. Please consider liking and subscribing, and have a fetch millennium.